Hi, I'm Solomon. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you caught the last episode when I shared about why it's important that we pay attention to the land control boards in Kenya when you're dealing with freehold or agricultural property specifically. And in this episode, I'm going to be speaking specifically about a recent experience in Kajiado County, where we've been making an effort to subdivide a fairly sizable parcel of land. It was 160 acres that we wanted to chop down into 1 acre parcels and make those available to our loyal customers, as we typically do as a business. And should have been a straightforward process. We have done this several times in Kajiado County over the last 6 years. We understand the process. We always go to the land control board to get their permission, not only to buy the piece of property, because the sellers have to get permission to transfer the property to us. We also have to get permission from the land board to subdivide the piece of property for future sales or whatever it is we intend to do with it. And in this case, we kind of got surprised in the process because we were advised, as we usually consult with the district surveyor, that we could go ahead with our plans to subdivide into 1 acre parcels, because those are nice parcels of land that you could do something meaningful with in a place like Amboseli area. And we came up with a subdivision scheme as prepared by our licensed surveyor after consulting the district surveyor and the district planner. We went to the land control board. They gave us permission to subdivide into the 1 acre parcels, because that was consistent with the land use policy at the time. And this was earlier this year in January. So fast forward a few months later, once the groundwork was complete, one of the critical things you have to get before they produce new title deeds for the smaller parcels is what you call a compliance certificate. And this is something that is now issued exclusively by the county government. Before, this was done by the national government through the Ministry of Lands, but now it's a devolved function by the county governments as a compliance certificate. Once we went to make our application for this, we were informed that even though the land board had approved our subdivision scheme for 1 acres, the county assembly had recently passed a bill that came up with a geomapping plan for the entire county of Kajiado, which strictly stipulates specific zones for minimum sizes of subdivisions. And that simply means there are certain parts of Kajiado where you cannot own anything smaller than an acre. There are places where, in fact, you cannot own anything smaller than 60 acres. And so they had simply made a plan to control and manage this valuable resource for the county, which is the land, right? And between the time that we got the land board consent and when we were getting our compliance certificate, things had changed. And so they asked us to take a pause and make sure that our approved 1 acre subdivisions by the land control board was not going to go against a new law that maybe stipulates that we cannot go below 5 acres. I hope you've been following so far and it kind of makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to send in your comments or questions. Check out our website, www.goshenacquisitions.com. Be sure to subscribe and share widely, because I'm going to be concluding on this example in episode 3. You've been watching On Land in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.